I made a small song. I made a small song. I sang it all night long, all through the wind and rain, until the morning came. This song is my small song. This song is my small song. I sang it all night long, and when the morning came, I had to start all over again. My song is so small. My song is so small. I could get down and crawl, searching from wall to wall, and ever see anything at all. How could you hate such a small song? How could you hate such a small song? If I was right, I would be wrong. Don't be afraid, it's just a small
Hey folks, Automatic here for what else but Automatic Games. How could you hate such a small song? I mean, you could if you had time. If you a hater, you got some time, I guess, unless someone's egregiously offended. Anyhow, I hope this stream finds you well. I am doing well, doing good. Hey Plaz, how are you? By the by, Plaz. That's twice I've said by the by to you. By the way, to use a more common modern parlance, yesterday when you popped in, I said there's a link to, hey, that's going to fit nicely into my normal intro, by the way. I tried to send you an invite, but for some reason it won't let me. That's the same reason I contacted you on the YouTubes. I don't know if I explained it, partly because I can't understand it, but I can't even send you a message on Discord. That's why I'm hoping if you don't mind, in the description, and this goes for everybody or anybody, in the description there's a link to Discord. So if anybody's interested in BSing with the community or shooting the breeze, the modest community I've got anyways, there's that. If you're interested in throwing your money in a lake, there's a link to the PayPal as well. Also, of course, this stream is not intended for ages 13 or younger, because YouTube prefers it that way. So there's that. But with all of that out of the way, I do hope, and I'm probably saying this the second time already, I do hope this stream finds you well. Plaz, how are you, by the way? Groucho, hello, how are you this evening? Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Story of my life, man. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if there should be like a never expiring invite in the description, though. But yeah, I tried to send you one invite and it said. Actually, I'll tell you what it said. Check. Oh, hell, I'm not even in Discord. Let me see, let me see. Because, yeah, not that I mind contacting you through YouTube, but it is very roundabout, man. It doesn't tell me. Maybe I'll try on my phone. Because that's what I used to attempt that. Anyhow, it kind of said that we don't share a mutual server? Something along those lines? Which is weird, because truthfully, in the message history, it shows that I sent you a message, like, back on Lady Di's birthday, Anna Wim's birthday, when she was... Oh, I forget what was wrong, but she was having some health problems. And that went through, so apparently we shared a mutual server at that time. But yeah, now it's not letting me. So I'm trying to dry out these berries, because I guess it's a more efficient way. Like, as it stands, like, essentially I want to make berry leather, and you need 3 berry chunks to make 1 piece of leather. However, if you put it on a jerky stand and dry it out, each chunk will make a piece of leather. So that's what I'm attempting. That said, I haven't messed with the jerky rack. I have no idea how long it's going to take for these to dry out. I would presume a long time, so essentially I'm going to walk away from here. And one might also notice this is not much of a camp. I mean, it's a lean-to, a fire so I can eat, and that, a jerky rack. And in terms of water, yeah, I've been eating right out of this. I've been pissing in it too, so I don't know if that's healthy, but it's what I've been doing. Essentially, I need to find a cave base over in this area. I'm also playing single player tonight. I'm not like fully committed. Like if someone really wants to play, I'll switch to multiplayer. But I've been playing so much of this in my off time single player that I'm just kind of keeping the trend for tonight, anyways. And the other reason is I'm getting a lot of lag, and from what I understand, I've probably let my ant population get out of control, so I need to do something about that. Essentially, I need to go kill a bunch of ants or declare war on an ant hill. We'll see how that goes. My Discord tells you not a valid invite. What the hell? Let me try it. Invite people, right? Yeah. Copy. So that's weird. It's almost like I need to go back and post a new one. Maybe I did have it set to expire. That'd be kind of lame, because for a while now I've been saying, well, like every video, I'm saying link in the Discord, or link in the description for Discord. I wonder if anybody tried it and it expired. And maybe that one will work. I do not know. Otherwise, I can't explain it. I think Discord doesn't want us communicating or some shit. But it's weird because I didn't alter anything since the last time I messaged you. Shit, months and months ago in terms of Discord. So I guess we'll leave that jerky rack going. And I'll just come back here after a few days and see what it yields. On the whole, I want to, at some point, put a base over there. Something loud is snoring here. I want to put a base there where I'll be able to dry that stuff all out in bulk. Obviously, it's going to take a lot of jerky racks, and especially if it takes several days. Then, well, wouldn't need a lot of jerky racks. Whatever's snoring sounds like it's in here. Call me a fool for investigating. Well, there's a baby spider, and, well, I think there's Mama's legs. Yeah. That's a wolf spider. After all, the orb weavers don't seem... They're not nocturnal. So yeah, 1 year ago today, although I think it dropped on a Tuesday, so maybe 1 year ago yesterday, hell, I don't know, is when Grounded released. Look at all these dudes jumping. What are they after? Well, it ain't my business. Me, I'm gonna head to Clover Cave. I've built all my bases in caves. Now, while that's not the most ambitious thing to do, I guess I've said this in prior streams of this game, that I'm really focusing on cave builds. So I'm trying to avoid building some magnificent multi-story castle. I'm even trying to avoid building elevated bases for the time being. Once I unlock, like, zip lines and shit, well, who knows? I'll be tempted to use those. And that'll, of course, merit some kind of above-ground structure. There we go. Well, so that means the link that I have... Okay, I'm going to do the intro again. If you'd like to join the community, you cannot go to my description, and you cannot click that link. And that might be true for PayPal, too. If you'd like to throw money at me, you may not be able to use the link in the description. So, but the one thing that is still true is this stream is not for ages 13 or younger. So we've got a revised housekeeping out of the way. I will try to figure out that Discord link, though. Because that's unfortunate as hell. Especially since I've been promoting it. The hell? It's the only thing about cave bases, I mean, you hear some stuff transpiring above you. Anyway, train of thought. Year ago, this game came out. My first impressions, honestly, were, you know, when it was announced, I thought, that's a hell of an idea. Like, they never did make a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids game. And so, here it be. Then playing it, I don't know, I played for a little while. A few weeks, I guess. And, I enjoyed it, but then it was, no pun intended, or maybe pun intended, it was plagued with bugs. And I had revisited it. Like, every few months, I'd pop back into it. And then more recently, I think my buddy Casper was talking it up, and well, he was just saying he had a friend that had gotten back into it and said, you know, it's turning into a pretty solid game. And so that explains why I've revisited it most recently. And I gotta say, I think the last year has proven itself to make this a worthy title as stands. I mean, it's still a work in progress. There's still, you know, it's still a what would you call that? A pre-alpha kind of deal. Hey, Samuel, good to see you, my friend. How are you tonight? Sorry to hello and go, Otto, but I didn't get to bed until 2 o'clock this morning. I can't make a habit of that. No problem, Groucho. I totally understand, man. I can't actually say this will be a very long stream tonight because, truth be told, I'm kind of tired myself. Something tells me not to say that on stream. It's like tantamount to yawning on stream, you know? At least on television, you're not supposed to yawn. That's a big faux pas. It tells your audience, like, oh shit, the host don't even want to be here. But yeah, man, thank you very kindly. And, you know, I'll take that into consideration, not apologizing for puns. Groucho would say that. it's merited. It certainly honors the name. But again, have a great night. Sleep well. I'm doing pretty good, Samuel. Thank you for asking. Just seeing as it's the 1 year anniversary, I thought I'd throw in Grounded. I really got to take care of some of the lag. When the ants are about, everything kind of slows down. So I guess I got to kill a bunch of ants, and I mean a bunch of them, because they are out of control. I truly forgot, and this doesn't seem to be working. This dew catcher. I'm guessing it's positioning like it's... Well, for now I'll leave it there. I'll figure it out sometime. So here's the starter base. And right now the theme to the starter base is weevils. But I want to change that. I think I'm going to move the weevil decorations to another base, because some of these bases, in terms of like their theme being a particular bug, it's because that bug is found in that area. So getting the I guess for lack of better word, getting the cadavers to decorate with them is very handy. But with weevils, they're all over the map. So there really doesn't need to be a specific spot. And truly, I think I'm going to replace this theme with another insect that's all over the map. A ladybug. And I'm moving the weevils close to the haze. For those that don't know, the haze is where, well, I guess you would say the weed killer is. And so it's a dangerous place. But I thought, the weevil cave should be near there. That way you can fashion gas masks from the weevil heads. And that would work nicely. That said, I'm going to head over in that direction. I feel like I should show off the some of the newer cave bases. And again, I got to get back down to the heads at some point to check on that berry leather and really figure out what base I'm going to build over there, because I intend to. Come on down. You're an ant. I need to be... Well, look at you. Well... Bombardier spot. I will take you there. I will take you there and show you.
Don't even need to boil it.
I wouldn't say it's done. It's coming along. This, of course, is a spider cave. That's another thing I need to do is... though there isn't necessarily a wolf spider near here, since this is the spider cave, hence the spider gourds sticking out of the mud, I want to put some wolf spider pieces around here as well. I suppose I was working on armor. Because I do want to display with armor of the, well, something that's kind of loyal to the theme. Wrong button. I like that you can take all out of here. I hate that it drops you out, because certainly I want to. I want to add more. Spider webs, that is. Inventory is getting full. Some of this stuff I can drop off. Nothing in particular should be dropped off here, I suppose. Maybe I could put some berries here. Suppose it isn't such a bad idea to have those. A little bit of those in every little base. And let's add these to get production moving here. Speaking of silk rope production, I think I should have more of these. We should really just make an industry of it. And we'll throw that back in there. We don't have any more spider parts on us. And also, you know, once, like, I've got some 10 stacks of these spider parts, which I suppose one could make armor with. These are our exports, with the arrow going up. Oh man, we got a lot of spider parts in there. It's almost to the point where I just don't want to add anymore. But killing orb weavers has become a pastime. At night falls. Alright. See, I don't know if there's a cave there, but a spot you can make a mite base at the log. I have that one cave that I call Clover Cave, and it's got mites all over it. For some reason, I went with an aphid theme. Can't recall why. Maybe it's because you can't get much out of the mites, right? In terms of, I suppose a mite hat. But I don't. There's not a mite chest plate. And not to say there is for aphids either. Maybe I need to make it a mix of aphids and mites. Just that one cave can kind of encompass, I don't know, small ass creatures. Yeah, we'll cook that. I suppose we'll eat that in the morning. Where do I sleep here? So, of course, the side effect of having all these cave bases is none of them are too big. I have to really train myself to build compact.
Not bad.
Which is fine. I mean, in fact, a little bit of clutter, I kind of like the aesthetic that gives. But yeah, truly there's more work to be done on all of these caves. And what I've been doing on my downtime is I kind of go to a cave and I just operate around there. And, oh wait, we forgot to eat. Or no, we didn't forget to eat, we forgot to drink.
No water filtration tablets needed.
So now we'll head over to the Bombardier cave, which I think will also double as a Weevil cave. Again, because it's so close to the haze, yeah, it would make sense to want to use those Weevil parts to protect yourself from the chemicals. That's true. You do need the Mite Fuzz for arrows. That's a good point. So essentially a place near one of those thorn. Yeah. Oh, you're asleep. You're not, and you're gonna wake up your friend, aren't you? Come on, Bombardier Beetle. Fire. That's getting to be too much. See what I mean? We're gonna get spider parts like crazy here. Nope. Looks like you're stuck. That's an obsidian game for you. And also my saving grace. Oh, he's going for the triple attack there. The hell? What is this? An Orb Weaver convention? No, it's not. It's just a spider convention. That was a wolf spider. I'm in over my head at that rate. Gotta know when to call it quits, you know. I mean, if I can separate, divide and conquer, as it were, that'll be fine. But the wolf spider, he'll kill me. I don't really want to spawn back. God knows where my spawn point is right now. The hell is a wolf spider doing awake? Come on. That's a wolf spider. It's gotta be. Unless that was his death cry and I got it confused. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Well, Woofy over there just doesn't seem to be, he almost looks like he's stuck. I'll tell you what, I'll go set my spawn and we'll kill us a wolf spider. Because I'm not confident I'll survive. Come on, I can't... What is going on here? Is this what the update did? It just confused all the insects and they're... Alright, Woofy. I can't tell if he's facing me or turned away. Suppose I'll find out. No, he's facing me, alright. Here we go. Oh, that was brilliant. Brilliant. Well, he's gonna kill me awful quick, but I'll be right back. At least with mild mode, I keep my armor,
That should keep me safe.
in the mint
Safer.
mallet. Hopefully he hasn't regained much of his health. Hey-o, back here. Yes, yes, yes. If I just get in. Nice, alright. Well, that's actually only the third wolf spider I've killed. In this playthrough, anyhow. That works. That works. Yeah, it is the Bombardier. That's the first time I've seen him spawn in here, though. Typically he keeps spawning out and to the left. And maybe he didn't spawn in here, because I guess I did see him out here. Maybe he just, I don't know, retreated into there. In terms of how the game ran yesterday, and, you know, all days previous, yeah, if I'm going to leave anything, it'll be spider parts. I've got those. I've got plenty of those. And what was he fighting? A stink bug? That's what threw me for a loop, is seeing a stink bug this far south. Well, I don't know if it's south, to be honest. The map's kind of screwed up. They should turn it on its side. Yeah, because there's stink bugs over there in the dry grass, but it's the first time I've seen one make its way down here. The hell killed? Oh, probably the stink bug killed that. Alright, well, I suppose I should head back over to the spider cave and drop off. I'm hoping that I picked up spider venom. Yeah, and some spider fangs. This seems to me you only get those from the wolf spider. Let's see. Yeah, if you make a... Yeah, I've considered making the crossbow. I don't like its rate of fire. Don't get me wrong. I like the damage that it does. Oh, I forgot my inventory's kind of screwed. Do I have bombardier parts I can drop off here? Yeah, yes, sorta. And some clay. Put that on the imports, because this place doesn't get clay. Oh, yeah, I don't have an import-export thing yet here. And there'll be more bombardier beetle parts. So for now, I'll just throw them in here. Clearly, this place needs more work. After all, it is... Is it my newest base? It might be. Yeah, bombardier part. Good deal. Yeah, and clay, since I don't have an imports thing set up yet. And maybe some feathers, because after all, I think I do want to build a bed here. Ultimately. And why not? Well, it's not the most efficient way to craft berry leather, because it's just going to cost more berry pieces, but... that's a little glitchy. Oh, yeah, it's not glitchy at all. I just need to use the crafting table. My bad. Again, not efficient, but we will need berry leather here, especially if I want to make a bed. Again, just for the aesthetics, I don't even know where I'd put a bed. I guess right where that is. I was waiting to see an automatic production tonight. Here it is, and it's a trite little thing tonight, but it's the 1 year anniversary of Grounded. So I felt compelled to load it up. I was saying earlier, I've got some serious housekeeping to do. I need to... The game gets a little laggy when the ants come out on parade. So I need to clear them out. I'll probably head into the smaller of the anthills and do that. I know at some point I'm going to have to repair this mallet. I've been blocking with it a lot. I know, Samuel, you mentioned the shield, but of course the mallet's a two-handed weapon. I would presume that would affect it. That said, I haven't put it into practice. It's just one of those assumptions. How is Rob doing tonight? Good to see you, my friend. I wish I had something better to say. You know what I mean? It's like... Then again, I see other streamers do it. You just get in a habit of having the exact same greeting. How is Blank doing tonight? I hope you're doing good. It's as if I have my little, like, telemarketer script next to me or some shit, you know? I will stream, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it'll be a particularly long stream tonight. I just, hate saying this on stream. A little tired, felt a little under the weather recently, without going into too much detail. Because I ain't looking for sympathy, you know. But at the same time, yeah, it's just one of those things where I just feel like I ought to take it easy at some point. But I couldn't resist the 1 year anniversary. I just couldn't. If I have 10 of these, I'll put them in the export chest. And I do. I have 2 stacks of them. See, that's nice. So essentially, when you come in here, exports means exactly what it means. We don't want them anymore. And it's what we're producing way too much of. And so maybe another cave needs them. Maybe a player needs them. Surely the other caves needing them, you know, that's kind of important, that I pick up some of these and run them to another cave's import chest. right now, honestly, some of this stuff shouldn't. There's mint in here? What? Those shouldn't be in here. They're kind of native to the area, but I gotta keep in mind that there's mint in there. That makes another mint mallet, which, that could come in. That could definitely come in handy. Well, Lieutenant Ripley got a go home and keep an eye on her evaluation from the vet today. Yeah. So I'm staying up late watching YouTube and drinking beer. Nice. I mean, the front end of that was kind of bad. I wish the best to Lieutenant Ripley. What if every week there was an event and it was a lawnmower? That would be bad. that would be terrible. I think we're so small that the blades would be above us, but I still think we'd get sucked right up into them. And just the carnage, man. Goodbye bases. At least I'm in cave bases, but I think I'm in the minority in terms of grounded. These things aren't very roomy. Again, though, once they get cluttered enough, I'm already really loving the aesthetic of a cluttered little base. Plus, I wish I could pull this off in more bases. Just putting, because obviously that's a mount. There's a board behind that head, but I was able to glitch it into the rocks. I like it. I like it a lot. Quick Smoke, how's Quick Smoke doing this fine evening? Hopefully good. You sounded under the weather last night, I'm not going to lie. So I hope today has treated you well. Rob says, don't sweat it. My standard greeting is welcome aboard, mostly because of how many ship-oriented games I stream. Yeah, that's appropriate. And I do try to pull out the welcome aboard occasionally when on Sea of Thieves. I'm not going to lie, I had kind of... I watched Captain Dye's exploits today with Rob and Red and Caspa, and enjoyed watching. I didn't get in the chat because I'm persistently distracted throughout the day, so it's like I'd say hi, someone would say something to me, and I wouldn't respond because I'd be in and out. If there was a lawnmower, my bases might be okay because I make my bases on rocks and on the pond. Yeah, yeah. The rock. If you are going for above ground bases, you can't do any better than the rocks, just because of that smooth foundation they provide. Did I make leather? I think I did, but I did that at the Bombardier base. I could do that here and go ahead and produce some more spider armor. Get that spider armor suit out of the way. One thing that I think would be kind of nice, I have one base, I think it's the ant base, where I have 2 of these guys. And I think ultimately if you made 4 of them, boy, that'd be nice, You bring somebody in and you're like, what kind of buff are you looking for? And obviously there's an armor form that's going to complement that. Or even if you're just hellbound on aesthetics, like what bug do you want to have your armor comprised of? And then just head over to a base. Maybe all 4 of you want the same one. I think it'd be cool to be able to facilitate that. But to do that, of course, all of these would have to be in high production, like all of the caves. It's just a matter of time passing, I suppose. Again, with the spider parts, I almost gotta quit it with the spider parts, or get another basket and put it under there. Maybe that's a better idea. We need to craft some berry leather. Did I? Yeah, I think I grabbed that. Well, that's not very much of it. And that's, again, why we need it. We need a base over in the hedges And maybe I'll do that too. It seems like I've got too many things to do. Going over to the hedges and scouting a little bit for a base. I have a couple areas in mind. Problem is, both bases have a serious issue in terms of local insects. I can build. What? No, that's all the berry leather I can build. So, can I craft any armor out of that? Even if it's just one piece. We're going for spider here, so we've got the hood. We need a chest piece. Yeah, it's gonna take 3 leather. Well, I've got more leather over in the next cave. Maybe the boots don't take quite as many. No, that'll take 2, so we can do that. The knee pads, that is. It's okay. I mean, we're getting there. Get this guy some knee pads. I wish the orb weavers dropped fangs. Because trust me, the orb weavers do have fangs. They're biting me with something. I know that.
Nice and clean.
They're not toothless, you know. But they don't drop fangs. Only the wolf spiders do, of course. Yeah, I also love that all of these bases are so damn close to each other. It's like you're never too far away from safety. What you might be far away from is that specific thing that you might want from a base. But in essence, that's fine. If you only had one base on the map, like you made a excuse me, a mega build, which was a catch-all for everything, you'd have to travel to get there. Playing GTA. Sorry, I'm going to go back and catch up to prior to that, but man, no joke, Smoke, that rhymes. I was hovering on GTA when I loaded. I didn't think I'd play it tonight or stream it, but I keep thinking about GTA. Spoiled meat, you better put that in an elevated chest. Yeah, I keep considering GTA. I'm not a big fan of the, oh, I never did make it up to the mosquito base. Keep considering it, though, because it's got so much more. I mean, you got the Rockstar editor in there. I had a bunch of custom missions when we had a police guild. And those were a lot of fun. I mean, if you're on PC and you've got GTA, well then hell, you can just download whatever it is, the first response thing, or that's probably not the name of it, but I think anybody that's mildly familiar with it knows what I'm talking about. Where you can actually, like, run people's tags, cuff them, call in for backup, like AI backup, even call in for, like, I don't know if it's a paddy wagon or just another cruiser to take someone in custody back to the station. But, you know, with what limitations we had, we sure made something of it. Samuel would be fine with the mower, but the guy with the weed eater is going to be a problem. No doubt. Your base in the pond is a boat, so you would set sail if a lawnmower came. Rob says, I haven't played GTA himself, but watched the Outside Xbox crew play, and it looks good. Well, you know, if you get into quote-unquote, quote, private, I mean, I don't know if there are private servers for GTA, to be honest. I can't recall. I just know we accomplished that with custom missions. And some of the custom missions I made for that, I'm going to sit down while I BS. This never was a fast-paced game anyway, right? some of the custom missions I made for that, I made them real early. Like, there was one where I think one of the radio calls was a car accident in a tunnel way up north. And so I did that, and then later on, like months later, I was like, well, I like that mission, but I wish it was something a little more high action. So I thought I'd do it over, and so I went into the mission editor and tried to put another TC, or traffic collision, in the tunnel, and it wouldn't let me. Rockstar had gone back and made it so you couldn't build in that area. And so then I, of course, got concerned, and I was like, well, shit, what about the one that I made? And I loaded it up, and it still worked perfect. And so, I have a few missions in there where, and that's not the only one. That's not the only example of I made a police call in an area that they subsequently prohibited you from building in, and yet I still had the mission. So I kind of took a little pride in that. It's fun, but very, 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 dare I say, grindy. You dare say that word? In the OMG chat? Grindy, I'm crushing my can. No, I better uncrush it. Makes it hard to drink. Yeah, it's grindy. Even if you, like for me, obviously, who avoids grinding like the plague, I could say, on the other end of it, if you're just trying to be creative with it, you still got the problem of griefers. So, Mikey mentions grinding, I mentioned griefers. Of course, everyone's aware of the griefers in it, and probably the grind. I'd say those are the two biggest hurdles. But again, you can make your own custom missions where you're pulling people in and nobody, no strangers. So that kind of helps. That's something that Red Dead doesn't afford us, unfortunately. It'd be sweet if Red Dead put a Rockstar editor in there. Lets you come up with your own custom missions, put bad guys in there. I mean, I'd be doing some straight up Plains Indian Wars shit, without question. Spoiled meat is used for fertilizer right now. You can use it for, and that might not be the only thing, but yeah, these gardens. I know a clover garden like this place needs clovers. Yeah, these gardens, you can add like a spoiled meat to it, and it will cut down on the time that it takes to grow things, but you could, I think, add up to 5 of them, which will increase growth by an order of magnitude. If you start throwing in even more spoiled meat. I guess that's a downside of mild mode, is it takes so long for meat to spoil. In normal mode, you end up bitching about how quick stuff spoils, but in this, it's like, cue the Jeopardy music. It takes forever. I suppose I should go get that backpack. Actually, can I make it disappear? Yes, I can. Hide those trail markers. So I'm going to head up to my pond base, which is, it's nothing to write home about. I really had a hell of a time trying to find a cave around the pond. In the end, I guess I found the next best thing, but it's not roomy at all. But it gives me what I need in order to jump into the pond and be properly equipped. But you wouldn't raise a family there. Not that any of these teenage kids are going to be raising families. I take it back. In high school, there were a few people who got into the family business early. I don't begrudge you if you were one of those. Just point out that it's possible, isn't it? I didn't knock anybody up. Not for lack of trying. Alright. Enough about that. Let's go. Try to get up here before the wolf spiders are on the prowl. Who am I kidding? The wolf spiders are already on the prowl.
Don't even need to boil it.
Foul owl on the prowl. If you hear him hoot, scoot. There it is. Like I said, it's more of a nook than even a proper cave base. There's more spoiled meat. Boy. We want it elevated. And, cook some weevil. And then we'll turn in. So this isn't the best dew catcher because so much of it is obscured, but I wanted to fit it in here. I didn't want it outside. I have strange preferences in this particular playthrough. Let's see. Maybe the orb weavers don't drop fangs because you break the fangs when killing. It could be fragile, yeah. Playing the online part. Oh yeah, the single player in GTA. That was a blast, but it's been so long since I played it. Rob says, in truth, I want to play Red Dead Redemption Online with Otto. Yeah, I'd love to ride with you. If you don't mind moseying, anybody that rides with me can attest that I'm not what they would call a charger. Strange, since I'm dressed as Custer. He was known for charging in what they called the Great War at the time. The war between the states. Now, on the one hand, I would kind of want crossplay, but the downside to that is you would get modders in there all the more readily. It's not to say that we don't have them, like that there's not console modders, but you throw PC into the mix, and that would, I believe, grow that number exponentially. Samuel says, I've been playing Grounded and Ark a lot, but today got the Oculus Quest 2, so that's what I'm going to play for a bit. I'm not familiar with, is it called Oculus Quest then? Oculus Quest 2? Before the wolf spiders on the prowl. They started prowling when you logged in. Yeah, that's true. I saw one at, like, noon in-game time. That's a little odd. Maybe he was sick. Right, that's what we'd say in real life. We saw a nocturnal animal during the day.
A little chewy, but not bad.
And whatever he had, I'm sure I contracted.
No water filtration tablets needed.
And as you see, the export-import crate, like I couldn't put these up on the walls. They wouldn't fit. There's just not room. But I think this works. The arrow going in is obviously going to be imports. I don't think there's anything in here yet. Yeah. This place just isn't producing yet. And it does. We are spinning some silk because of the, what do you call them? Diving bell spiders? getting together some koi armor, some breathing apparatus to help us stay under longer, and some flippers. Now, do I have anything that I could drop off here? Even if it's an import. Clay, but clay is local. I mean, there's clay all over the pond, so there's no sense in putting that in an import. Yeah, I think I should head back to the Bombardier Beetle base. And maybe do some work there. Or, perhaps better yet, head down to the hedge area and try to scope out a spot for yet another cave base. So I can really get the dried leather operation going. Because once that's up and running, as it stands, I mean, yeah, these bases, they all have their quote-unquote intentions in terms of production. But truly, I think the spider base is one of the few that has high value, because it's truly producing a lot of silk rope. And I think the berry base, base in the hedges, would have the same distinction that if it could be producing a lot of berry leather, that would be very, very useful. Very, very useful indeed. Everything else is fine for bug bits and kind of local fare, but none of it's, I don't know how you would phrase that, none of it's like crafted stuff. It's all just raw parts, and I know I can go there to get it, but a base that's actually got production going for it, there's something to be said for that. And of course, that said, these places producing armor would be nice, but to get most armors, you're going to need berry leather. So until that thing's up and running and exporting stuff to other bases, that's kind of a moot point. Sure, we can craft the armor, but it's very piecemeal. You're not going to be doing anything in bulk until you start getting that berry leather going in bulk. So that said, this particular base might be overdue. I think in retrospect, I mean, that is another thing. Well, hi. I don't want your parts. Not yet. Eventually I will. I know, I think we know where to find those guys in great number. In fact, I'm heading there because that is one of the hedge base area, or hedge. Yeah, one of the prospects for a hedge base. As you can see, we got a trap here. I lined up a bunch of them to get this wolf spider. Essentially fired an arrow at him to get him to go over them. He didn't. He just stayed put. The upside was I was able to hit him with more arrows, so he was one of the wolf spiders I killed, but it's a matter of wasting a lot of arrows and then realizing, well, my trap was a joke, because he was smart enough not to even exit. He was dumb enough to sit there and eat arrows like they were sweet snacks, but was not going to walk over that, that was kind of disheartening. I mean, the ants are dumb. They'll walk over. So yeah, lack of caves in this area, right? So I guess at some point, if you're looking for a cave, you start thinking, well, little depressions like this, you could just put a roof on it. It's not exactly what I was going for, but it would suffice. I'd be okay with it. And then this one, right here, this little depression here is perfect, but so many larvae spawn here. Quite a few. And I kind of think they would destroy the base. And I'm no lie, part of me is like, just go for it. Just build it anyways. See what happens. I even like that this would be, you know, the ceiling would have this whatever it is. It's not grass, but this moss or whatever hanging down. That's kind of cool. It's a deep enough depression that, and it's long enough. That's what she said. But the larvae, they're all over the place. Of course, some of them are dead. I guess I cleared them out recently because I was scoping this place out. There's definitely a game mechanic at play where if you're in combat with one insect, they seem to call in nearby reinforcements. Oh hell, I should be blocking more. Get him, ants. Get him. There you go. What's up now, larva? Who will win? 2 ants versus 1. Larva's in retreat. Oh, don't give up, ants. They gave up. Oh, that's kind of lame. Bite him. There. Oh, the ant population's so out of control. So yeah, this is one prospect for a base. What do you think? I don't want to ask my viewers if I'm dumb enough to build here anyways, because I'm afraid I already know the answer to that. And certainly larva would be the theme. I'd have stuffed larvas and larva heads, things of that nature. Do I mean the War of Northern Aggression? Oh my. Well, I will say this. I think we're referring to the same war. Wink, wink. The Oculus Quest 2 is a VR headset. Oh, okay. Could say the Bombardier base is the pond base. Yeah, but the only thing is the Bombardier base is probably my closest base to the Haze. I've gone into the Haze once looking for bases, you know, trying to scout that area for a cave. I came up short. I found the lab. I stopped because if I'm going to explore that lab and get the chip that's in it, I want to do that on stream. I know, so what am I doing now, right? I should be doing that. But that is truly the closest one, and that's also why I'm thinking of moving the Weevil, like make the starter base not a Weevil themed thing. Instead, move all those Weevil parts over to the Bombardier base and make it like a Bombardier/Weevil base. That way we're producing gas masks where they're needed most. So that could serve as like a forward operating base in terms of like springboarding into the Haze. I think that makes sense. More sense than when people first spawn in or they die and they don't have a bed. They get a gas mask, right? Because I think the only way that would be useful is if you died in the Haze. But if you're wearing your gas mask in the Haze, then on mild mode you keep the gas mask, right? So it's almost a mute point there. No wires. Yeah, is the wire going right through there? Yeah, it is. I don't know if that would take away from it, or it's different. It's different. I'm not dead set against a wire running through it. That's how I get my electricity in my base. No, I wonder if they'll do that ever. I'd be kind of interested, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know if we should have electricity. And then I suppose you wouldn't have to, even if they offered it. And see, there's a lot of alternate depressions, but they're not quite as deep. But that one's good and deep. You've already got your bug theme. It's larva all day. You're not going to find a deficit of larva parts. Only problem is you're probably going to find some live larva giving you hell. But I don't know. It might still be worth it. I might actually bite the bullet and try, because this next location I'm going to show you is very much more in keeping with the cave idea. However, it's got a much worse problem that spawns there. Unless the update got rid of it, but I highly doubt it. Oh yeah, and the little ant temple. You can build in there, but you have all those ant totems, which I wish you could destroy, but you can't. If I could, I'd build in there for sure. I even looked at this little area. It's not very roomy, but the reason I nixed it was wherever this base emerges, you're going to need room for a lot of jerky racks to keep that production high, to be almost industrial about it. And so you would need room. Now, it's weird tanning things in an enclosed area, but whatever. The other issue with this other base is it doesn't have the berries right on top of it. Yeah, guess what? More spider parts. Shit. Scratch the more spider parts. We almost had auto parts. AutoZone. Yeah, that's an issue too, I suppose. Even traversing this area is annoying. I was about to say it's difficult. I mean, you could take these things out, but just annoying. And then you end up with more spider parts, and who the hell wants those? Okay, so this is it. The very edge of the map. But you see the problem. It's just one of them. So, I mean, you can kill them. It'll take them a few days. It'll take them a few days to, I guess, another stink bug shows up. But look at this. This could really work. You put a roof on this, from there to there. You could run it out to, oh hell, about here, I suppose. You gonna jump down and attack me? Oh, you are? I was joking. So, I mean, the question is, what is dumber? The larva base or stink bug base? Honestly, in terms of, I'm leaning more towards larva. Taking that, it's not necessarily that it's less risky, that like with the insect is not as tough, but oh shit, I gotta go up there and attack. Okay, well, I might die here. Maybe not. You weren't so tough after all, were you? Oh, you can see that I've messed around with this place, and I'll go ahead and get rid of that. And I was throwing down blueprints to try to get an idea of how it might work. And it would work. I mean, it's roomy. I like this, how it sticks out. I mean, you could put a ladder right there. You could run a ladder up and be able to get up top there. So I don't know. And the other one is the ant cave, the cave of the ant totems. And again, you can't remove the ant totems, so that's kind of discouraging. The quest line replaced the rift line, right? Well, am I confused? I think I'm confused. So now I just got the quest because there are wires and I don't need a PC. Oh, Oculus Rift. I see. Thank you. I get it now. No wires. Could make a lot of traps by the anthill and put a lure trap in the middle to kill the ants. I have considered that, yeah. That's an idea. I've also tinkered with dragging a stink bug over to the main anthill, and he'll kill a lot of them before they get the better of them. Especially if you can get them right at the opening. They just keep pouring out, and he just keeps gassing them. So certainly, yeah, there's options to cut down the ant population right there. And though obviously the third option is to go into the anthill, and that is something I really haven't done. I think I went down there and got a burgle chip because I desperately wanted it, but I didn't get anything else. I didn't get the rotten bee armor or what, I'm sure there's tons of raw science. There's the ant eggs. I haven't given it a proper exploration. And there's the smaller of the two anthills, and I have a base right there. And so that wouldn't be a big deal in terms of... In fact, with that one, I would almost forego the traps. I'd just go down there with the mint mallet and raise hell. I know there are those parties that could watch and curse me for not harvesting every animal I kill, or rather every insect. But I am kind of beyond that motivation. That said, I would not mind getting an aphid or something to eat. Yeah, it's weird. I prefer the stink bug one, but I am really leaning towards the larva base, I guess we'd say. Where's the cave to get back down? I think this is it. Or not cave, tunnel. Would you give me a head? Would you give me a head? No. Always trying to get head from the weevils. It's really not as common of a drop as one might have thought. So yeah, I did not even go to the ant totem area. Because not being able to get rid of it. In fact, in desperation, I was kind of looking at places like this where you just have to build one exterior wall, but it's just never deep enough. I know this looks like it could be, but it's not. What else would kind of make an interesting little base? Or just a place to rest inside one of those mushroom caps. Like just a little, like almost like a deer tower or deer stand, you know, just a place to go up there and recoup for a second. Probably a bad analogy because you wouldn't hunt from there. But it could be a base of operations, so to speak. I might go throw some blueprints now. Well, you know, first I'm going to check the tanning rack. See if a few days have passed. See if we can get berry leather. I see a lot of people and other people's streams catered to Grounded. I see a lot of people in the Grounded community saying they wish, why can't you eat these berries? And I would suggest that if you have hedges in your backyard and really small purple berries are growing on them, you do not eat them. Don't try to eat them. They're not grapes. It's not the way that works. I imagine anybody watching this, especially since it's 14 and over, they already know that. Hey, there's the leather. Now, I wonder how long it took. I guess I don't know, but I suppose a few days passed. Is there a way to tell what day it is? If there was, it would be maybe data? Nope. I know somewhere I've seen how many days, like in-game days, have transpired, but I don't know where that was. Hell, you know where it probably is on our save game. Yeah, 136 days. Of course, I don't know exactly when that was. Alright, so I'll put some more leather on.
Just close your eyes.
Means knocking down a few more berries. Oh, that larva that was like before it fought the ants, it was a half. I want to see a skyscraper. This is probably not the what would you call it? The game save for that. But yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, certainly on another playthrough, I'll do more above ground builds. Now, here's an easy way, or at least a kind of fun way, in my opinion, to get bombardier parts and oh shoot, and ladybug parts, right? Wow, this ladybug's gonna be doomed though. The guys over here. All they gotta do is fire their stuff at the ladybug here. And where? Oh, it's a mite attacking me. Seriously? Now, are they stuck up there? Yeah, something like that. Alright. Oh, we got a ghetto bird outside flying low. That's comforting. Yeah, anyways, a lot of times in this area I have pitted bombardiers versus ladybugs. Bombardiers tend to win, but it's kind of a crapshoot, because it's not a guarantee. Those ladybugs, I need not tell you, they pack a punch when they do that charge. Make the bombardiers dizzy, and then get in a few more shots. You know, there's something nice looking about that. It's just open air, but I will save that for morning. That'll be breakfast. You need like 3 gas masks. Sorry, I'm behind on chat. You need like 3 gas masks to go in the haze lab. Do the gas masks deteriorate in the haze? Like, do they just naturally take damage? And I guess I'm asking the same thing about armor. Because I got the impression that that was the case when I was exploring in there. And if that is the case, that sucks. Because that truly means building a base in the haze is, well, not a great idea.
I think it's bedtime.
He used the ant eggs to make bombs. Yeah, I know that. I think I don't know if I'd put that to great use, but at the same time, just getting my hands on some ant eggs would be alright, if only just to analyze and get the science. I suppose I could drink out of the murky water. I should have done that before I ate, though.
This is probably not a
so
good
put
idea.
me at 3/4 in both categories. Let's knock down a berry or 2, get that rack, well, 1 berry, get that rack filled up. And then I'm gonna lay down blueprints over there. That is to say, over where the larvae are. Seriously? Okay, I thought it was just kind of gonna get stuck up there. I have seen that happen a few times. Oh, what about my arrow? I've seen somebody suggest that instead of using arrows at the risk of occasionally losing one, you throw stones up at them. But, I've tried that, and I almost wanted to respond like, you throw stones up there. I like accuracy, or at least a modicum of accuracy. The stones drop so damn quick that, yeah, you go ahead and spend all afternoon tossing stones up in the air and seeing if you can hit it. Suppose if you're good at it, maybe. But I am not. Got way too much drop. I don't really need any more right now. I've only got 1 tanning rack here, so I'll just load these up and then make my way back. I want to say west, but like I said, the map's all screwed up in that regard. Like, the sun comes up like over there. So it's almost like you gotta turn the map. How would that be? You have to turn the map to the right 90 degrees for it to make sense. I suppose for now I'm just going to say hell with the sun. I'll just go north, south, east, west as per the map orientation. I'm not a fan of that. I would think with a company like Obsidian that they would orient that the correct way. All armor takes damage in the haze, and then if you read the berry description, it tells you that the berries are poisonous. See, yeah. As are, I would assume, most berries that grow on hedges in one's backyard. And yet there is still the outcry for, like, why can't we eat the berries? Now I sound like I'm making fun. Well, no, I am making fun, aren't I? It's alright, though. I don't think those folks are doomed. Ignorance can be taught. Rather, the ignorant can be taught, and make it sound like, because ignorance cannot be taught. You can't make somebody unlearn things. It can happen naturally with age. But Mr. Odd Noble, good to see you, my friend. How are you? A lot of people have done that, Samuel, haven't they? Made a crow base up on the bird bath. Well, I don't know if they made it thematically, in terms of like this. It looks like a crow base, but you could use crow feathers for the roofs. Let's see. Do you have to put fruit on the tanning rack, or is it automated? You have to. Yeah, you have to put it on there. And then I guess wait. It seems to me at least a couple days, maybe 3. I would guess the easiest would be 3 because that seems to be the magic number on insect respawns. It's not true for everything, though. I know that. I know, even with this latest update that dropped today, they made it so crow feathers, it's like every 8 days, they get the big drops. But they added small feathers. They added small feather drops every time that crow lands. He drops a small feather. And when I say small feather, I just mean like when you break it up, you're only going to get, what, maybe 1 or 2? I almost wonder if that's going to be OP because, I mean, feathers are rare. There's almost just not enough rare stuff in this game. And so I hate to see him walk it back. Because as it stands, getting a bunch of feathers is a reward for time commitment. And so that kind of detracts from that idea. Maybe no one at Obsidian knows where the sun comes up. That could be true. In Fallout New Vegas, it could have been dumb luck. You know what I mean? They might have just lucked out and the sun happened to come up in the east and set in the west. And we took for granted that they thought that they knew. It was just dumb luck. At the same time, you can eat mushrooms. Yeah, it's true. Doing good, slept all day. Was tired for some reason. I hear that, man. I get those moments. Moments that go on for a few days sometimes, right? When am I gonna fight the crow? I don't think that's a thing, is it? I don't think one could win that. But then again, I don't think the crow will fight back either, will it? Will it just ignore you? These are questions that might best be answered by science and an experiment. But I kind of suspect that the crow doesn't even bother with you. We'll go ahead and move those where they need to be. Might visit the ant base. Yeah, so I gotta remember to go to the mosquito base and the ant base. What are those from? Are those from larva acid glands? I think they are. Really don't have a stink bug base. I guess I know where one could be. Then again, it's only one stink bug there. This could get transferred to the pond base. In terms of greenery and plants and stuff like that, there's no sense in focusing on a base for that. Webs, get those over to the spider base so they can be processed. And might as well take some mushrooms to chew on. Alright, so I want to head up to the pond base, then the oak tree base, then the mosquito base, just to drop some stuff off. That'll give the berry leather time. Honestly, you know what? Since I'm heading out there, let's go by the spider base too, because now I can probably craft those, whatever it is, whether it's a breastplate or it might just be shoulder. I think it is just shoulder pads. Shoulder pads, yes, it's the 1980s all over. Dust off your Roxette CD. She wants her shoulder pads back. Meanwhile, Mikey has understanding that I'm both a prick and I'm stuck on these cave builds. He's given me permission to take this down, but I'm still kind of reluctant. That said, I think a bug has damaged it quite a bit. Maybe it hasn't taken any walls down. No, it hasn't. But a wolf spider attacked me, and I retreated into there, and I know he did some damage to a wall. Or two. Then again, on mild mode, I think it makes all the difference in terms of, that's the thing, I make these cave bases, I presume that they'll be safe on woe mode. And I do know that eventually I want to load up a game in woe mode and see how scared I can get. Okay, so what are we doing here? We are making spider shoulder guard. Well, that sounds better than shoulder pads, doesn't it? And there it is. Got the spider armor going. At least one of them. Before I start on the second one, I think I should do that for, honestly, there isn't bombardier armor, is there? You know, that's something to look at when it comes down to determining themes for these places. Like, there isn't an armor set for mosquitoes, either. That said, the mosquito base is right next to a bunch of bees, so I suppose that'll be bee armor that I use there. Also, fireflies are there. Suppose I have my choice, or I just do both. Anyhow, let's drop off some spider parts. Actually, yeah, retrieve that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. It pains me to leave this place and not have anything in production, but apparently that's exactly what I did. This needs to be going on constantly. In fact, yeah, I need to... How many more spinning wheels? If it makes 4 at a time, I could do 5 spinning wheels, that would yield 20 at a time. At that point, production might be ahead of supplies, but it'd be a nice number where I can get 2 stacks to throw into the export chest. We're not going that way. We are heading up to the water, the pond base, and then the oak. The oak base. No, that's not right. The oak base and, yeah, and the pond base. And ultimately Mosquito. When are you going? Oh, yeah, I already read that. We need Crow versus Koi. Why does that sound like a Japanese film? Probably because they're both giants in this game. So. Who will win? Crow versus Koi. Depends on where they fight, right? Oh, really? Speaking of pests, y'all mosquitoes are useless. I mean, seriously, there's no point in you. And I'm not even talking the game. I mean real life mosquitoes. I hope you take that the wrong way, because that's how it's intended. So yeah, more mosquito parts for the mosquito base. Yay! You are definitely food sized to the crow. That's true, but I don't know that he'll actually eat you. Use the crow like Uber. Now that would be. I mean, shit, they did that in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, didn't they ride? What did they ride? Was it a bee? They rode something. They rode an insect. Mounts would be pretty damn cool. I suppose, especially once they expand the yard. Scuttlebutt has it that the next yard expansion looks like it'd be a pretty healthy one. It's going to be, see that greenhouse in the distance? Try to get you a better look. Where's that? Oh, anyway, people. Yeah, keep yelling. No one cares. No one cares. What are you going to do? I know in the real world you'd climb up here, but I don't think you can. Don't blame me. Blame Obsidian. They don't quite fully understand how spiders work. But up above that wall, where the collapsed grill is, in the shed, and I think all the way out to that green house, the neighbor's house, all the way over to that wall, which is so fuzzy. I mean, just blurry at the distance that it's at. I mean, that's a big swath of land. If I was higher up, I guess I could better demonstrate that, but it's definitely a good size. And they have cinder blocks. I don't think the cinder blocks have been implemented yet, but in the dev world, there's cinder blocks along the side of that shed where they'll have roly-polies. You know how sometimes you lift up a rock or certainly a cinder block, and roly-polies are among the kind of creatures they would see there. So I know that that's an insect that they're working on, which I'm intrigued in terms of armor that they would yield. I mean, one would guess that better be some pretty sturdy armor. I think roly-polies in real life are poisonous, but I don't think they can bite through human skin, so I don't know how that'll work out. And you know, on that subject of poisonous insects that can't penetrate human skin, daddy long legs. I mean, on the one hand, one might say, like, well, there's enough spiders. We really don't need more spiders. Daddy long legs would be cool, and yeah, I don't think they're actually spiders, are they? They sure as hell look like them to me. What was I bringing here? Oh, just a Just that. Okay, good deal. Stand by for a second. Can't kill the crow, but I think the venom arrows could. Like, yeah, like technically. Shit, crow are uber. I mean, you could pack all 4 characters on the crow. I mean, that thing's huge. But honestly, how small are we? You know, like, I feel like if I laid down flat, I'd be about the size of an ant. One of these red ants. That's pretty damn small. I think a handy way to gauge our size isn't so much the juice boxes and stuff. There's a quarter over there by whatever that is, right? I'm not quite sure what we would call that. It's not a bird bath. I think there's another quarter underwater, but they're huge. Nope. Nope. Not interested in another wolf spider right now. But we do gotta get inside the oak tree. I like how Burgle tells you that this place is it's not really a safe place for humans to live. Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. I mean, this is great. But you can't build here. But I mean, we got real chairs, you know, not made out of leaves and shit. I mean, I want to take one of these chairs back to my base, honestly. I think that'd be kind of nice. It would break the aesthetic, you know, but it sure as hell would feel better on one's rump. I know what's good for your rump. Spend a lot of time thinking of your posterior. Speaking of that, Strontium's ass was on full display last night. Okay, so we got ant parts in there. This place needs clay. Honestly, that would be imports, Otto. I mean, you developed this system. Go ahead and... So, arrow down would be imports. Stack of 10, because I almost insist that if I'm doing that, it's gotta be stacks. And next up will be the mosquito base. In the meantime, I guess I'll show you this little base. Couldn't quite glitch the ant, you know, I couldn't glitch the frame into the mud. I would have preferred that though, like, just so the head was sticking out, not the, just so the head was sticking out. Christ, the things we say. You know, two suits of ant armor, which is kind of handy. If you go down this tunnel further, you're into the smaller of the 2 anthills. Not population-wise. I mean, population-wise, I guess it is smaller, but there's still a shitload of ants in this population. They need to be cleared out. There's a stuffed ant just made me poop a little every time I pass it. There's, I don't know. I mean, that picture says it all. Don't know. That one's a little more conventional. But I like that one. We don't know. Some mushrooms in case you're desperate for food, which apparently I almost am. Yeah, I can't cook anything. I think I have mushrooms on me, though. And that's it. This place should have a proper bed, probably, but for now we got the lean-to. Speaking of which, what time is it? 17:38. I think I'll stay down here because I am going to take a quick break. I just realized that, much to my surprise, I tried to take a break on the hour. You know, I learned that. I learned that from Lady Di. Um, um, but I have let an hour and 45 minutes pass without taking a break. I must be enjoying myself. And I do hope to some extent that that's somewhat contagious. I hope you all out there are enjoying my meandering and my bullshittery. I know it's not exactly primetime television worthy, but hey, we're killing time, right? It's something. It was a B, odd, okay. Gracias. Yeah, they wrote a B in that. And grounded is like the teens need glasses because the fog. You said go round it, Samuel. Gore, rounded, gore, really gerunded. I'm surprised autocorrect didn't catch you there. Daddy Longlegs thing is not true. This is Rob. Its venom is only mildly toxic to humans. Ah, but what if the human is less than a centimeter? Yeah, well, is that right? Would be less than a centimeter? I mean, here's. So, I mean, a typical ant, not even a black ant. That's another. They're bringing black ants into the game, and I do believe that the black ants and the. I guess we call these red ants, but they're not really fire ants, you know. But, let's see. No, that's not how we do that. That's how we do that. So, yeah, if I laid down, he would actually be a little longer than me, and now I'm looking at my carpet to imagine how small that would be. Shit, yeah, these kids are small as maybe a thumbtack. Maybe even smaller than a thumbtack, I suppose. Just realized that I'm not wearing any protection on my legs. Huh. Oh well, just letting the legs breathe. That's all. Written Remedy, good to see you. How are you? Happy Hump Day too. Well, it's past Hump Day now. We're already into the wee hours of Thursday. Thanks, class. You're I appreciate it. Even if you're exaggerating just a tad, just a tad. Let's see if they put bullet ants into the game. Quit. What are the spiders in Australia? Are they? They're just downright deadly to humans. Um, are they or not tunnel funnel? Are they funnel spiders? Is that what they're called? Anyway, food for thought there. I am gonna step away for just just briefly. I'll try to keep it brief, but if in the meantime you gotta go, I just heard a boom in game. It was probably the crow landing somewhere, but that's crazy. I'm deep inside the oak tree and I can hear that shit. Um, yeah. If in the meantime you gotta go, please be well, and thanks in the first place for stopping by. If on the other hand you're sticking around, I will be back with you shortly. Alrighty, grateful for your patience. Um, hey, didn't lose anybody, wow. Yeah, much appreciated. If, I could have lost somebody and they were replaced by other people, though, now that I think about the mathematics behind it. Anyway, let's see, Written says, watch both Space Jams back to back. Because I'm really not sure why. Wow. Gee, what thoughts do I have on that? Certainly nothing profound. Then again, I guess the first Space Jam, that had Michael Jordan in it, while he was no Kenneth Branagh, I guess he did okay, but they're saying that, I can't see LeBron James doing even, I can't see him even producing 10% of what Michael Jordan was able to produce on an acting level. He's no double DL. That would be Daniel Day-Lewis, but of course you knew that. No, wow. I haven't seen the new Space Jam. I can't say that there's any desire there, but I do have a 4-year-old, so one never knows what torture I'll submit myself to based on that. Sorry, Samuel, missed that comment. A cool boss would be a centipede. Yeah, that would be cool. And they are adding more bosses. Right now it's just the Brood Mother, which I confess I haven't fought the Brood Mother. I've been to her lair. Of course, you essentially have to summon her. You have to bait her to come out. But she's probably above my pay grade at this point. I'm gonna need more armor. Shit, I'm gonna have to be comfortable fighting wolf spiders. Looks like I'm dying of thirst. Let me deal with that before I continue with correspondences. Yeah, that'll work. I have to replace that. I don't feel right putting a do thing in here. I just don't know how you would collect it. Maybe you would underground. I don't know. I don't know these things. Yeah, we should sleep.
Tiny rest.
That'll destroy my... Yeah, I should have slept first. I gotta get smart about this. I suppose I am holding mushrooms.
Better than starving, I think.
Both Space Jams, though, huh? Let's see. Well, that's about 3.8 hours. You'll never get back, Rob says. The Sun Spider, 9.9 miles per hour. I thought wolf spiders were fast. Written says, it's okay, because I'll never get back several hours I gave to a show I rage quit earlier. I rage quit a show. I didn't even know that was possible until this. I watched... God, what was the name of it? Manifest? Is anybody familiar with Manifest? They're on the plane, and the plane disappears, and everyone assumes that, it's like the Malaysian flights thing. It's just crashed somewhere, and they just never found it. But it landed 5 years later. And so I thought the premise was interesting, but the script, the writing, and yeah, even the acting. The acting was terrible on the part of some of those actors and actresses. I'm talking LeBron James caliber acting right here. It was bad. And so I finally, I went from enjoying it to just being like, I can't do it. I cannot watch these people read these lines. Because, one, the script sucks, and even if the script sucks, I think a proper actor can at least salvage some of it, but that wasn't happening. And I feel bad for the handful of people on that show that did an okay job, because they were just weighed down by everybody else. And if you're watching it and enjoying it, I take it all back. I'm still here. Appreciate you, Samuel. Everyone is. It's dumbfounding. To me, anyhow. Written says the second was not as good a movie, but it wasn't Dot dot dot. Okay, I would recommend watching it with friends and preferably drinks. Yeah. Daniel the Double DL is an awesome actor. Yes, indeed. Yes, he is. Written says, to be honest, it really felt like it wasn't directed at kids so much as the kids of people who actually grew up with Looney Tunes. Yeah. I mean, if it's got Marvin and the Martian in it, I mean, that's at least a redeeming quality. I don't know. Rob says he has less than 0 time to give LeBron James on the screen. Written says you're not really missing anything by not watching 2, but you do get to miss 3D Looney Tunes, which we all hated. But there is Roger Rabbit. I mean, that's still solid to this day. Samuel says, by the way, if I misspell, it's because it's 12:46 a.m. for me. Oh, shit. If I'm going to use that excuse, too, if I misspeak, same reason, except an hour later. So you're probably Central Time then, yeah? I'm Eastern. Written says loudly for most of the time that we were subjected to them. Rob says if I misspell, it's because I moved to my phone, which comes equipped with autocorrupt. Indeed. Strontium weighs in on Manifest, saying Manifest is one of the worst shows on television. So you sound like you subjected yourself to a modicum of that torture. Which, I mean, again, good premise, but what? I mean, I could get into specifics, but I assume that most people haven't delved into that. But here it was rated like #1 on what, I think Amazon Prime or something. And I understand that was just a community that did enjoy it, trying to salvage it. I've also heard people say that subsequent seasons got better, but that's not a good formula. That is not a good formula. I think we've all watched TV series where we can agree that, like, yeah, season 1 was great, season 2 was pretty good. Season 3, they kind of dropped the ball, but they brought it back with season 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, first impressions are everything. And so, if through the first season they lose you, then that's it, man. I mean, we ain't got time for that. We got time to listen to Automatic's bullshit or watching LeBron James. Some of us, Rob has made his point. It's well founded, but yeah, if you can't keep people for season 1, then I'm sorry, you're done, son. So after much loitering, I think we're heading to the mosquito base. And then I'm almost in my last hour here, and I suppose I am. Then I truly got to do something, either about those ants, or I need to go get I need to head into uncharted territory. I think if I do that, I am going to do that. I need to repair this weapon first, so I want it to last. Unless, of course, I'm going underwater, then I don't think I can. Yeah, I can't use the mint mallet underwater. This is a little mosquito tanning area, sunbathing area for the mosquitoes, but I think I killed 2 out of 3, so it's just this one left. Watch, he's going to turn around before Yep. I mean, it don't matter. Mint mallet, bitch. That is for years of mosquito bites. Although, it should be more. I don't want to fight another orb weaver. I know we can defeat it. Again, it's just fucking annoying. So we swim. Let's see. You're in Texas, right on. I believe there are some other Texans in the well, Rob, you're familiar with Texas. Spent some time there, and then Caspa's fiance. Still getting used to saying that. Hell, her nickname's Tex. So you're not alone. You're in good company. Strawn says, my mom hate watches Manifest. I can relate, because the last few episodes I watched, it really was like... It was that. Perfect description. I was hate watching it. It has soap opera acting with the dramatic tension of an episode of Buffy. Oh, man. Yeah. It's hate watching. I mean, there are a few characters that I can't stand. And I almost extended that to the, well, I'm going to say it, to the actress. I mean, there's one character that really sticks out to me. It's the dude's wife, and the contrived tension that they develop between those two characters. It is so contrived, and it's so like, now, they would not be arguing about this. Like, a moron wouldn't demonstrate this lack of understanding that she demonstrates. And yeah, it almost got to the point where I'm like, I can't stand that actress. But then I walked it back, because I'm like, oh, she's just looking for a paycheck, and she's got to read these fucking lines that some jackass is writing for her. More mosquitoes. Well, I suppose I call this the mosquito base for a reason. I guess somebody's showing up with a lot of supplies. If I get in there, I'd be more comfortable reading the chat. I'll read one or two before I move forward. Nope, no, I won't. That was a waste of energy right there. I mean, at least with the mint mallet, these things go down pretty quick. They go down like a $2 orb, but they're still annoying. And they still dish out a fair amount of damage. I mean, not necessarily to me right now, but to my armor, which I don't appreciate any more than taking the damage personally. Besides, they're mosquitoes. But yeah, with an axe or any weapon short of this, they are a genuine threat. Here we go. About as close as I'm getting to a boathouse, this space. But yeah, there's a modicum of safety here. I do like the little gnats hanging from the ceiling. They're kind of flanking the door on both corners. Now those are freaking adorable. Manifest sounds like someone was drinking heavily and watching the 4400 the night before deadline for a pilot script. Written says, pretty sure the last show I watched, I hate watched. The last two, actually, both of which they're new age gothic horrors. Feel free to name drop. I don't think the writers of said shows are within the 9 people watching. Wow, thank you, folks. One of which is Grayson. Grayson, good to see you, my friend. How's Grayson on this fine, in these wee hours of Thursday morning? He says, greeting humans and other such critters. Britton says, one had Sean Bean as a Frankenstein creature, which, yeah. That's my complete thought on that is, Grayson says, I remember when Otto got this hammer, he said he was never going to use it. I think you're right. It's like the strongest weapon in the game, I think. And yeah, that does sound like something I would say. Like, no, I'm not going to use a mint mallet because I like another weapon style. Well, as it turns out, damage became pretty important, I guess. I mean, shit, orb weavers were a genuine threat as well. And now I just get, same with the mosquitoes, I'm just annoyed fighting the orb weavers. If I can go around them, it's not out of fear, it's just out of like, I don't want to waste my time. I have more spider parts in my little spider cave than I know what to do with. But yeah, I guess I'm sticking with the mint mallet. That said, when I go underwater, I won't be able to use it, so I'll be stuck with a knifey knife. It's not the technical name. Rob says, I'm part of the Republic of Texas colonization team. In Nevada now. I almost read Envy is New Vegas. Yeah, wow. If you make a heal boss, it gives back half of your HP. I think I might have a few here. That is something that this particular base could. Yes, this base could focus on. Yep, there's 4 of them there. This base would be almost a custom fit for producing those. In fact, like, what all goes into that? Let's see. Hill Boss. It's just that and Silk Rope, and Silk Rope is already under heavy production. In fact, it's the one quote unquote industry that I've got going pretty well. Now, none of that Silk Rope is here. I need to start exporting it soon. But yeah, look at that in terms of mosquito blood sacks. I currently have 41. There's going to be a lot more coming because they spawn all around here. So yeah, that would be a nice thing to start exporting from this place. As it stands, I don't think nothing is ready for export. Because again, I don't know if I mentioned this. I like to have a stack of 10 before I put it in the export box. But shit, I've got rope available for export over there at the spider cave. What else can I drop here? Was that it? Yeah, there's a mosquito beak. And certainly, wow, where's the weapon? Do I not have a mosquito? Oh, yeah. I do like that weapon. I don't know what its damage output is. But stylistically, I kind of like it, though. It'd go good with the Weevil shield. I mean, just flat out sword and shield, That ain't bad. Cook some Weevil. Should check the time. Oh, we got time. Yeah, so I'll eat and drink. Suppose I could make another weapon, and at least hoist it up there. Something that comes from mosquitoes or bees, actually. The beehive is real close. Yeah, Spider Fang Dagger needs to be in the spider cave. That wouldn't be bad. I don't necessarily, well... Oh, that takes some serious bee parts. Who was it that was... I think it was me and Caspa decided to attack a bee. And it wasn't as hard as we thought. The only problem is, when we're talking about insects calling in backup, they called in a hell of a lot of backup, and it was danger close at one point. We just fled back into this base, but They don't mess around. They come at you in full force. Nothing else really. It's truly that. Oh, that'd be nice for the spider base. It's truly that that sword. Yeah, there's the ant egg grenade. Well, let's eat this.
Yum!
Where's that weevil at? Hmm? Wonderful art, too, isn't it? So strangely, gnats are kind of a theme for this place, too. Gnats, bees, and the mosquitoes. The bees are almost back burner. What I'm waiting for, honestly, is when they open up this zone. And it's not a lot. Like, you can go beyond it. Like, I can head out here. And it's funny, like, the bees don't care. Unless you attack them, they're not gonna mess with you, but yeah, once they open that up, I would rather have a base off a little further that way that could definitely be centered around bees. So they're kind of, I'm thinking with this place, it's gnats and mosquitoes, which doesn't yield you any armor, but oh well. So I'm gonna head back to the, oh shit, I gotta make a decision. Am I gonna clear out the ants? Or go into the haze base? I don't think I'm gonna go into the haze. That's a little too dangerous for me right now. So it's either clear out one of the anthills as best I can, or dive into the pond. And I'm leaning toward diving into the pond. No matter what I do, I need to repair this. What will that take? Rope, quartz, and flower petals, which says I have flower petals, but I think it probably means that there's some in here. No, I have them on me. So rope and quartz. I seriously doubt I've got quartz here. If I did, it would be an import. Yeah, this is not... I think somebody dumped their stuff in here, is what I'm seeing. Because it's got to be a 10 stack to even qualify. Alright, so quartz. I don't know. I'm going to head for... Yeah, if I would have rested my head for this evening, I ought to head to the Bombardier base. I'm going to guess has some quartz. If not, it's near the spider base. Spider base will at least give me the rope. Shit. Oh, he's going to bite me anyways. Come on, make your attack. Oh, that's cool. I actually prevented him from blood sucking. Unfortunately, he's alerted his buddy. You're done. Ow, he got me. It's really not good. I don't feel like I'm at risk of dying, but I do not like to see my armor destroyed the way it's being destroyed right now. Of course, once it's gone, I suppose the dying thing's on the table. Well, hell! Ain't no sense hauling all that around. Right back into the mosquito base. Drop that off, and I think I'll still have enough daylight to get to, at least get to the Bombardier base. If not the spider base, which truly is where I want to be. Alright, more mosquito parts. Did I not pick up any beaks? Yeah, I did. Yeah, Samuel, to be honest, I need to start producing more of these heal bosses soon, because this is filling up. And like I said, when I'm not streaming, I really make it my business to go to one of these bases and just start. It sounds like some hot slang, but just start working it, you know, just. Which is certainly what I had been doing at the Spider Base, as evidenced by the production that's been accomplished there. I hear another mosquito. I don't want to fight another mosquito. Then I'll just be inclined to take its parts back. This is a dangerous purge. What with all the stink bugs? What I'd love to see in this game is some more of the insects fighting each other. I know we're going to get that with the black ants versus the red ants, but it seems to me that the only way that happens is like stink bugs tend to get in fights with things because they let out their stink and it hurts other insects. And so it just kind of naturally happens. They end up fighting all sorts of insects. But otherwise, I mean, that's how it has to happen. That scares me every time. Is they have to accidentally strike each other. And I would just like to see some more natural enemies, like the ants go after weevils and aphids. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the game kind of tricked me into thinking that would happen more often with other species. It doesn't. I don't want to stay here if I don't have to. Do they have quartz? Not there. If any place has got quartz nearby, it's going to be the Spider Base. Alright, Spider Base it is. Then I'll catch up with correspondences. Yeah, I wouldn't mind killing you. Should have blocked. Nope, no you don't. I know what you're trying to do. Yeah, not today. You know, I haven't paid attention, but when those bombardier beetles spit acid at you, or actually they poop acid at you, it hurts, that's for sure. But I wonder if it damages your armor more than other attacks. There's no quartz here. There's no quartz here. No. Well, that's disappointing. Well, there's certainly rope. Anyway. We'll set for a second. It's almost time to rest through the night. What was the first base I saw? Rob says, oh, I see. If you make it, Rob says, I stepped away for a second. Who reads lines that a jackass writes? Well, that's fair. That is so fair. I mean, at some point, you gotta be able to refuse and be like, no, this needs changed. But then when they write the whole direction for your character to go south, I don't know what you can do then. What was the first base I saw? I'm gonna take that. Do you mean like what's the first base I made, or presuming that's what you meant? In this playthrough, it would have been the Clover Cave. But that might not have been what you meant. In a previous playthrough, I built on top of the little wooden fence. In fact, it's right here. I mean, this isn't... Wish that spider would shut up. Well, I'll show you in the morning, because, wow. You know what I'm talking about, though, honestly. I know that. Let's deal with production real quick. Yep, take all those. Take all those. Spider noises are, annoying, if not intimidating. I mean, that one's gotta be right up on top. Right atop the cave. I don't see him, but he's there. Yeah, I don't have any food to cook. Oh well. Find something in the morning. On my way to get some quartz, anyhow. It's another thing about this game, it's like, okay, on my way to get some quartz. Why am I getting quartz again? Oh, to repair the mint mallet. That does happen to me occasionally, though. I'll search high and low for something, and then, like, no, wait a minute, why am I looking for this? Oh, yeah, that's kind of nice. You go to sleep and it's just done. I don't think I ever considered that. Alright, so we'll have another 10 stack here, but truthfully, I think I'll deposit that, take the 10 stack out, take a 6 stack out. Take 8 of these anyways to load them up. Yeah, really, this is the only base that's truly producing. The others will get there, though. I'm confident.
Water filtration tablets needed.
I really need to get that berry leather one going. Alright, so hunt for quartz. If the starter cave doesn't have it, I can get it. I can get it from another cave that's not a base. That's right around here. I heard food. I also heard a weevil. I could eat that. Or screw it. I'll just eat these mushrooms. Because that's a breakfast of champions.
Oh, worse than my mom's Brussels sprouts.
You gotta eat a lot of these to do any good, though. So, starter base. Please have some quartz, otherwise... Yeah, this still isn't catching any dew. It needs to be moved. That's a shame. I felt fortunate that it could be placed there. Quartz, there we go. Now I just need to repair the mint mallet. And why am I doing that again if I'm going underwater? I guess because it needs to be done one way or the other. Berry leather. That's always the missing ingredient. I truly gotta get that stuff going. Well, I'll put the quartz back in there. In fact, I will go ahead and start unloading stuff here. Well, no, I can make berry. Well, I can only make one berry leather. Yeah, we're just gonna use this as a catch-all for a moment, anyways. I'll get it sorted off stream. Because whether it's the anthill that I'm gonna hit or doing some diving, I'm gonna want my inventory to be relatively open. Okay, that works. Putting me on the big screen. Much appreciated, Rob. Thank you, my friend. I really do appreciate seeing you in the chat. It's always good. Before you nod off, I want to wish you a good night. The mosquito sword has lifesteal? You know what? I didn't know that, Samuel. That's interesting. That makes it that really makes it a viable alternative to some other weapons. I wonder, is it a tier 2 weapon? Because I mean, that would at least indicate that it's going to do more damage than the basic stuff. Yeah, it is a tier 2 weapon. Now, that might be something that I'd be willing to try. Hell, I've got a Weevil shield hanging right there. I mean, no doubt it's a one-handed weapon, right? Okay, if I'm gonna go, I think the anthill it is. Hey, Weevil. Yeah, that'll work. I think I'm gonna go up to the oak tree and hit that anthill, and just really go through and just start laying waste to those ants if I can. There's another Weevil. I don't know what the plop was there, but I heard it. I don't know if that's just Weevil juice. Yeah, so I'll declare war on the minor anthill. I think it would be wise to attack it at nighttime when the ants have come back to it, because right now they're out there scavenging and killing small, like aphids and weevils, and attacking the cookies and hot dogs and apple cores and whatnot. But if I wait until they're all back in there, that would be a good deal. That said, I could go in during the day because there'll be some soldier ants in there, and that might not be a bad idea to go ahead and kill them before I want to go on a slaughter crusade. Because after all, they're the ones that are, you know, at least capable. Not to say enough worker ants aren't going to cause you a little bit of a hesitation, but not much. They don't do a whole hell of a lot to you. Then again, I don't remember fighting them in great numbers. I know I've messed around with the anthills before, but not in this playthrough, not recently by a long shot. So I don't really recall what it's like, what it looks like to have a shit ton of worker ants, and there are a shit ton. In the brief intro to this, I took a shot of the worker ants leaving in the morning, and it's a lot of them. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of them. And so the thought of having all of them attack me at once. Now I can also wear the ant armor that's available here. That'll spare this heavy armor that I've got, and it should leave the ants, strangely, they'll be convinced that I'm an ant, or something along those lines. But I don't know how that works after you start killing them. Like, at some point, the jig's gotta be up and they recognize that you're a threat. Well, there was some quartz. I didn't think about coming here. It would have been a lot closer. So yeah, let's go ahead and trade out with this armor. Swap equip.
Feel a little less squishy now.
Oh, that's swap everything. Nice. Oh, how's little dude look with this stuff? Can't tell. Isn't there a way to circle your guy and... Actually, yeah, there's, photo mode. That's how I can see what I look like. He's a sharp-dressed man, he is.
That should keep me safe. Safer.
Alright, so let's go in there and, remove the soldier ants that are there now. There can't be many of them. This is a small anthill. Shit, I should be taking a torch. Oh, that presents a whole new problem. And do I even have the stuff necessary to build a torch? Or 2, or 3. Well, I still got daylight, so I can go back out, grab some crude rope, dry grass chunks, and sprigs. Crude rope, dry grass chunks, sprigs. That is not very hard to attain. I should be able to do it right outside. The black versus red ant sounds like a lot of lag. I agree. I mean, if they cut down each other's populations, there could be something to be said for that, but... Yeah... considering how much just the red ant population can add to your lag, it's not so evident right now, but when you're close to their anthill, it becomes apparent, and especially in multiplayer, which already has. I'm gonna leave. Frankly, I don't have faith that I'll get his snout, anyways, as a drop. So sprigs, right here. It was sprigs, dry grass. I know it was sap, of which I have some, but I suppose it wouldn't hurt to get some more, just so I've got some backup torches, seeing as might be in that anthill for a little bit. I don't know how long it takes to clear out the ants. Hopefully not more than 34 minutes, because I kind of want to end the stream in 34 minutes. Whew! You scared me, sir. I thought you might be a wolf spider. Although it is a little early for them to be out. Some sap, that's gonna come in handy. Then it's just a yeah, you gotta hit that. And the plant fiber just to craft rope. And so now some dry grass and we're in business. Honestly, I'm starting to think that I'm so prepared to go into the anthill. I'm starting to consider saying screw the small anthill, just go for the big one. I mean, because it'll have cooler stuff in it in terms of... Well, and honestly, I haven't been down there but once, so it might be worth doing that. I could set my respawn in the spider cave because it's very close to that. I think I'm talking myself into the bigger of the two anthills. Because hell, I could walk out of there with spider eggs. That doesn't make sense. I could walk out of there with ant eggs. I think that might be worth doing. Oh. Yeah, that was an attempt at a parkour. It didn't work. Can't imagine I need to work. Yeah, I don't need a workbench for torches. But yeah, I have convinced myself to go after the big anthill. Honestly, population-wise, it's gotta really dwarf the smaller of the two. Just get into the spider base. I'll set my respawn point there and craft those torches. Then in we go. No, that's not the spot. It wouldn't be the spider base without having to kill a damn poor beaver first. So you're gonna... Just don't want him to call in for a dozen other... Nah, I'm exaggerating, but... Can you come through here? What, are you scared? Perfect. Shit, of course he called in for me. I need my armor. I can't be losing my armor before this stupid ant experiment. Now you're dead. Fucking hate those things. I feel dirty fighting him. Alright. What am I doing here? Building torches, setting my respawn. That should come first. Where's the bed? There it is. It's not really a bed at all, is it? Alright, there's the respawn. I still got on the ant armor. It's still in relatively good shape. Already did that. Build those torches. Oh, crude rope. Yeah. Forgot. You gotta craft that. And it'd be ideal to build 2 or 3 of these, I think. If possible. It's not really going to be possible with that amount of crude rope, but plant fiber is easy. It's everywhere. It's not only everywhere, it seems to grow even more somewhere up here. There's a healthy patch of it. I thought there was. Yeah. Oh yeah, this will suffice. Head back there, craft that. Catch up with chat. Now, something like this, you can craft these torches with your, bare hands. You don't need the workbench. I wish if you use the workbench, it maybe costs like slightly less materials as kind of a added incentive to do that. If you, let me see. Yeah, the soldier ants do go for everything. You can use the bee spear underwater, right? But that's true for any spear, right? But obviously, you would want to use the bee spear over the other one. But yeah, that's a good point. I forgot you could do that. What if the ladybugs could fly? There's something in the... I have seen something said about in the game files there's ladybug wings. And so I don't know if that means that they're gonna try to implement that. Or, obviously I would think you could use them for gliding then, or if it's just in the game files and they're not gonna use it. It'd be cool. I mean, I don't know. They're kind of tough as it is, though, aren't they? I mean, and just in terms of armor. And so I'm trying to think, would I want them to have that added, be able to fly? Because then for hunting them, that'd be kind of a... What is a 7 stack doing in the exports? So there we go. Everything should be 10 stacks. And then, in terms of that 7 stack, we'll get... Oh, wait, no. I need web for that, not... I dare say I'm actually running through the web. Might have to start getting more. Maybe more orb weavers do need to die. It's been a while since I've actually wanted to fight them. Or had a reason to. Something tells me I'll never run out of ant parts. Or not ant parts, spider parts. Maybe here in a few minutes I'll never run out of ant parts. But... Okay, so finally, let's build those torches. And then I believe we'll make our move. It might almost be evening. Six of them. Do they stack, I wonder? No, they don't, but we'll be there'll be space available shortly. Kind of reminds me of the movie Gettysburg, where they've got those deserters that at the last minute they're kind of like, well, look, the Confederates are going to be coming at us, so if you'd like to fight, we'd certainly appreciate it. A few of them say, like, okay, yeah, there's no sense sitting here, we'll fight. And then one of them was like, but we don't have rifles. Colonel Chamberlain's like, there'll be plenty of rifles available shortly. Yeah, probably.
It's beef jerky.
Okay, and we'll nab that one. Get some water.
Don't even need to boil it.
And we're gonna make our move. If you get an ant egg and make a bomb, you could use that, kill a lot of ants. Let me quickly figure out, can I craft that with my bare hands, or do I need... No, I do need the crafting table to do that. Oh, shit. I need fungal growth. Which I do have 2 available, okay. Still, yeah, I'd have to come back here with the ant eggs. It's a thought, though, for future expeditions to clear out ants. I don't know if I can, Samuel. I don't know if I have that much pollen on me. Well, furthermore, I don't know if I have that unlocked, do I? Nope. Is that what you mean, the shinobi sneeze? Because, yeah, I'd have to go back to another cave to get the grub hide. Because I don't think I have any here. I haven't hunted grubs, but pollen is the big thing. I just haven't been picking up pollen. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to go in as is. Now, they'll let me in. Would the soldier ants let me in with this armor? I can't rightly recall. I kind of think they do. Until I demonstrate that I'm not a friend. Well, here's the perfect way to find out. There's a soldier ant there. Nope, he don't care. Alright, ants, it's time to call it a night. Head inside. He kind of decided to shake his ass before he went in. Oh boy, here we go. So, I want to make sure that the torches are equipped. Oh no, I'm using a two-handed weapon. Tricky. Yep, that's not great. I suppose an insect axe works, but... Yeah, is this one-handed, the insect hammer? Wait a minute, it is letting me use both? Is that what I'm seeing here? No, it's not. It's... Okay, so that and the insect hammer.
By the power of Helion, champion of the sun!
It sucks. That really sucks. Of course, I can switch in a pinch. I mean, I can be blind for a little bit, or maybe stay around one of these clusters and fight. We're about to find out how this works. God. Let's just go deeper first. It's a lot of soldier ants already. And it looks like some workers are sleeping. Does that mean... Yeah, let's just explore first, see if we can get some raw science out of this. 6 torches, right? Yeah, that's like the 5th or 6th soldier ant I've seen. Some quartz. You need webs, but you kill the web spitters. Logic. Ah, that's what you meant. Yeah, the shinobi sneeze. What's in this water? Is it... I mean, like, so much for my torch, right? But... You know what? I shouldn't ask. I should just find out. Though I shouldn't drown because of it. Oh, okay. It's just a flooded part of it, I suppose. What about my torch here? Maybe if I unequip and re-equip, would that do it? I think it would. 'Cause science, that's why. Oh. Are those the eggs? Well, is this gonna piss him off? Yep. This is not a good idea. Screw it. We're using this. I can see their red eyes. It's funny that the soldier's just like, well, what's going on? I seriously don't know why he didn't get upset with me there. So sweet. We got a, cool. And switching back to that weapon, we got an egg. Anyways. Alright, there's human bones. Well, that's one of the scientists, isn't it? It's gotta be other scientists, right? It's not like another group of kids. Yeah, right. Did they not make that work or where? That could definitely work to my benefit if... Oh, nice. 500 raw science. And I believe you can't build anywhere down here. What's down there? Is this... I want to go down there, but I think I should know better. I'm afraid if I take one of these tunnels, you were right, Grayson. They did get pissed. I need to go down there. I feel it. I feel it. Okay. See, that wasn't the end of the world. Oh, what? Yes, please. More men. Yeah, I thought we had exhausted all the men. And now we may have. There's another corpse. So it's the middle of the night. They should have all returned or are all returning. I'm just not... I don't think there is one yet. And maybe there won't be one, but... Correct me if I'm wrong. There is not an ant queen down here, right? It's another corpse. Damn, a lot of scientists died in here. Either that or, well, you know what? More than likely they were dragged back here. I'm loving this ant armor, though. Because otherwise they would have been attacking me right off, you know. Right through the gate. Not that there's a gate to this anthill. I'm not seeing that big population I anticipated down here. And I'm going in circles. Can you build down here? I seriously doubt it, right? Yeah, they wouldn't want you doing that. Of course not. That means I can't put torches on the walls, I suppose. No. Yeah, this is not so hard with the ant armor. Oh, I didn't realize I was a soldier. Oh well. You didn't see that then, no? Oh, yeah, you did up there. Or no? Oh, shit. You actually do a fair amount of damage, okay. I kind of was taking it for granted. Is that another egg? Okay. This is the spot. So I really only got one ant egg, but I believe by killing these guys, right, that they start laying more eggs to refill their population. Alright, this is gonna be messy. There's gonna be lots of ant parts available. Here goes. Gotta let my fatigue. Now, if I can discern soldier ants, I need to prioritize them, obviously. This ain't a bad spot because they don't seem to all be able to get to me. Shit, I should have brought those heal bosses. Now that is some population theory. Dumbass, you're not doing your job. Some soldier he is. Feel like I'm going deeper. I almost I got 500 raw science. That's a good deal. A lot of rotten bee armor. Like I said, I already came down here and got the scab. So there's not much else down here that I want. I feel like that I've cleared out a fair amount of fair amount of the population. If I've got inventory space, no. No, I do not. What is happening here? So, okay, this thing will hatch. Is that what that little symbol means? That, I mean, of course it'll hatch, but will it hatch in my freaking inventory? How's that work? Suffice to say, I should get it analyzed before anything like that transpires. Well, I'm glad I missed. One more. Oh! Nope. I want the mint mallet. Why? Oh, fuck. I suspected something like this would happen. What is going on? Why can't... Alright.
Oh. Worse than my mom's Brussels sprouts.
Need to eat, at least, since I don't have any health. Did I make... Is that cooked? Yeah. So I need to eat that. I don't know why it's just... Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do. Why did it not cooperate? It's an acid gland? I can get that elsewhere. I don't need that, per se. I need to get out now, truly. Watch, it's gonna be a freaking worker ant that finishes me off. I need to get out of here. Are those eggs? No, those are rocks. How the hell do I get out of here? I've done my damage, I mean... They're not mad. Oh, there's a scab. Huh. I thought I got that. Okay, well that's handy. So this place is big. Is the... Samuel, do you know if the one chamber where I found that egg, is that it? Is that the, is that essentially the chamber where they'll lay their eggs? Okay, so here I've been going in circles again. Just need to get out of here. Can't help it, I had to see if there's like anywhere down here you can build. Anything that's ramping upward, I suppose, is where I want to be going. And this does appear to be heading up. Yes! Eat shit, ants. I mean, you probably do. When there's nothing else around. You a worker ant? No, that's a soldier. Oh well. I think I was really, I mean, truly the concern is the worker ants. Oh, fuck. I don't even know which way I'm going. I need to get to the spider cave. That is not good. Wolf spiders on the prowl, of course. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm in the right area. Sans any wolf spiders, I can get in here and I'll be okay. Alright. Good deal. I suppose I don't necessarily need to unequip that. Alright, that should take care of the wolf spiders. Oh, the egg! I forgot to analyze the egg. That's what that was. No way. All that. Yeah, I don't mean to say all that for nothing. I mean, my intention was to clear out the ant population. It wasn't necessarily to analyze that egg, but analyzing the egg would have been smart, although, I mean, especially considering I walked right by a research station. I think I was just too worried about the... Well, now I know. The eggs will hatch in my possession. That threw me for a second. I was like, what? Where did that ant come from? But damn. I don't know. Oh, you can analyze that? I mean, I already know the recipe, but I guess it's raw science anyways. God, I so wanted to analyze that egg, though. It's okay, though. That was not as hard as I thought it would have been. So there we go. Last thing I need to do. And then I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to head back to the Oak Cave, considering it is the quote-unquote ant cave. And drop off all these dismembered ants. You know what? If I can... Yeah, I need to get rid of something. Yeah. Damn near depleted torch. I can get rid of that. And take some meat. A light snack. Head back to the oak tree. Drop all of this stuff off, and then, yeah, I will call it a night. So knowing that I'm about to wrap it up, I should certainly thank everybody that took the time to swing by tonight. I really do appreciate you staying up late with Otto. It's I don't usually speak in first person like that. It's not lost on me that there's all sorts of shit folks could be doing. It means the world. Good to know I got some friends out there. Even if we've never met personally, and who knows if our paths will ever cross. But if you don't recognize my voice in the crowd, then yeah, something tells me if we did cross paths, there'd be some among you that'd be like, dude, you sound like some dude I've heard online. In short, I hope that day comes, and I do hope you have a fine Thursday. I will try my best. Not sure what I'll be playing tomorrow evening. Yeah, I'm still going to call it tomorrow evening. That way it makes me feel better about myself. You know, it'll be this. Sea of Thieves or Red Dead. Or nothing. I mean, it stands to reason. One of these days I'm going to take a break. In fact, Sunday will be my birthday. So don't wish me happy birthday yet, because I'll be streaming before then for sure. But that stands to reason I might go out, get some drinks and whatnot. And if that happens, it would generally preclude me streaming. Oh, yeah, we should swamp.
Feeling a little safer now.
And drop off the ants. Yes, that's... We're out of space. Is there any other storage here? Well, I mean, I can already set this stuff up for export. See, that shouldn't be in there. None of this stuff should be in here. Yeah, 10 stacks can go right in. And in terms of additional inventory management, I'll just deal with it later. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Water and food. Just that way I don't have to worry about it next time I load in. There we go, got some stuff cooking. I'll eat that, sit down, and then bid you adieu. That ant saw that and was trying to run. I know which one you're referring to. The Ant Queen is not in the game, but it will be. Yeah, I hope. I mean, I know they talk about is it the Black Ant Queen, but I almost think there better be a red one too. And maybe that's their intention. I hope so. Well, that brings us to the very end. Samuel, thank you. Grayson, thank you. Thanks to everybody that took the time tonight. Rob, if you're still awake and watching on the big screen, thank you, my friend. Let's see how far I can scroll up. Written, Mr. Strontium. Quick Smoke. Plaz, Odd. And anybody that might have lurked for any amount of time tonight. I really do appreciate you taking the time. As always, this is Automatic for Automatic Games. If you like this, and if you are subscribed, we'll go kill some ants together, or something along those lines. I don't know, it can't always be clever. Good night, folks.